Martell Holt is no stranger to controversy, and this time, his name is being linked to yet another messy breakup. This time, it's with Ken and Trish, a couple many fans believed had it all together. Their relationship appeared to be solid, drama-free, and the picture of perfection compared to the chaos that other relationships on Love and Marriage, Huntsville, have gone through. But recently, things have taken a dramatic turn, and Martell has been swept up in the rumor mill, with many people questioning if he had a part in the breakup. Let's break it down and see what's really going on. Ken and Trish had always been that couple that everyone thought was the model of what a relationship should look like. They had each other's backs, supported one another's careers, and seemed to have that picture-perfect relationship. Unlike other couples on the show, who often found themselves in the midst of fights, scandals, or messy public situations, Ken and Trish appeared to stay above the drama. They showed up as a united front, always smiling, always supportive, and never allowing the pressure of being in the spotlight to get to them. Fans admired their relationship, believing they were one of the few couples who seemed to have figured it all out. However, as time went on, cracks began to show. What had seemed like a flawless relationship began to show signs of strain. It started with the little things: fewer date nights, shorter conversations during interviews, and less time spent together in public. Fans noticed the change, and it didn't take long before rumors began to swirl. It was subtle at first, but eventually, the signs became undeniable. Ken, who had always been vocal on social media, stopped posting about Trish. His Instagram, once filled with sweet couple photos and captions celebrating their love, became dry, focused solely on work, friends, or himself. This sudden shift raised a lot of questions. Fans began to wonder if Ken had grown distant or if something was happening behind the scenes. On the other hand, Trish started posting cryptic messages on her own social media accounts. She shared vague quotes about betrayal, disappointment, and walking away from situations that no longer served her. Though she never directly mentioned Ken, the underlying message was clear: something was wrong. Soon enough, public sightings started to fuel the fire. Fans began to notice that Trish was out in public more often, but without her wedding ring. She appeared distracted, tense, and not quite herself. Meanwhile, Ken was spotted out partying, spending time with friends, and living it up, far away from the couple's usual circle. The situation seemed odd, and naturally, rumors began to emerge about trust issues, emotional distance, and possible deeper problems in the relationship. But then, Martell Holt's name was thrown into the mix, and that's when things really took a turn. Martell has been through his own fair share of relationship drama, as we all know. And so the idea of him being involved in someone else's breakup raised a lot of eyebrows. According to some cast members, Martell had been spending a lot of time around Trish. He had become a supportive figure for her during the rough patch in her relationship with Ken, offering a listening ear and lending emotional support. At first, the rumors were just that, rumors. There was no concrete evidence to suggest that anything inappropriate had happened between Martell and Trish. But given Martell's history, especially with the way his personal life played out in front of the cameras, the optics were less than ideal. What made things worse was the alleged confrontation between Ken and Martell. According to sources close to the situation, Ken wasn't exactly thrilled with Martell spending so much time around Trish. In fact, reports suggest that Ken approached Martell directly, questioning the nature of his relationship with Trish. This conversation apparently escalated into a heated exchange, with accusations flying and emotions running high. Then came the infamous night out. Word on the street was that Martell and Trish were spotted together at a popular lounge in Huntsville. According to eyewitnesses, they were seen laughing, chatting, and looking more comfortable than one would expect from just friends. The chemistry between them was noticeable, and to some, it didn't sit right. The timing of their night out raised further suspicions. Trish was in the midst of a rough patch with Ken, and Martell had a complicated history with relationships. Ken was nowhere to be seen that night, and the way Martell and Trish were interacting made people wonder if there was something more going on than just a friendly meetup. The rumors started to grow, and so did the tension between Ken and Trish. Shortly after the lounge incident, it was reported that Ken and Trish had a private, heated confrontation about the whole situation. Ken reportedly asked Trish about her connection with Martell, questioning if there was more to their friendship than Trish was letting on. Trish denied it, claiming it was nothing but a casual night out, but Ken wasn't convinced. The conversation quickly turned into a full-blown argument, with accusations being thrown left and right. Witnesses say that by the end of the argument, Trish stormed out, and soon after, Ken confirmed their split. The public fallout was inevitable. Trish, in an attempt to distance herself from the situation, made a bold move on social media. She wiped any trace of Ken from her Instagram. The pictures, anniversary posts, and cute couple moments all disappeared. But the most telling move was when she unfollowed both Ken and Martell. This sent a clear message that she was done with both men, and she wasn't afraid to make it known. Meanwhile, Ken took a different approach. While he didn't make any drastic moves on social media, he also didn't comment on the breakup. No statements, no cryptic posts, no subtle hints. Just silence. This left fans wondering if he was trying to keep things private or if he was still struggling to process everything that had happened. Now, let's talk about the role love and marriage, Huntsville, played in all of this. We know that the show thrives on drama, and a breakup like Ken and Trish's would be a storyline producers would want to capitalize on. However, insiders say there's some hesitation behind the scenes about whether or not to make the breakup a focal point of the upcoming season. On one hand, it's messy, emotional, and exactly the kind of drama the fans tune in for. But on the other hand, if Trish or Ken refuse to open up about the details of their split on camera, producers could be left with only half the story. So, what do we think happened between Martell, Trish, and Ken? There are several theories floating around, each with its own perspective on the situation. Some believe that Martell was just a scapegoat for deeper issues within Trish and Ken's relationship. According to this theory, Ken and Trish were already having major problems before Martell entered the picture. Trust issues, emotional distance, and Ken's behavior were all signs that things weren't going well long before Martell became involved. In this scenario, Martell was just the catalyst that brought everything to a head. Others believe that Martell played a more active role in the breakup. Some think that he enjoyed the chaos and stirred the pot between Trish and Ken. Martell has a history of getting caught up in messy situations, and it wouldn't be surprising if he saw an opportunity to add fuel to the fire. Maybe he gave Trish advice that made her question her marriage, or perhaps he played into her frustrations with Ken. In this theory, Martell is more than just an innocent bystander, he's an active participant in the breakdown of their relationship. Then, there's the most obvious theory, maybe the rumors weren't just rumors. Maybe Trish and Martell did cross a line, emotionally or even physically. If this is true, it would explain why Trish is distancing herself from both men and why Martell's track record makes it difficult to believe that he was just an innocent party in all of this. What do you think? Was Martell really involved, or is he just an easy target for the mess? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all the latest developments.